Hi guys, welcome to the next episode of Millennial Minds on Why Enter Cryptocurrency. So today we have Mike with the first reason why we are entering cryptocurrency market.
I'm the reason you entered.
So what's the reason?
Okay.
Number one.
So we went to take a quick poll of our friends, of our family, then we went to look online. So one of the consensus that a lot of people have is that millennials are impatient.
Are you, Mike?
Quite a very actually very.
Right.
So cryptocurrency moves very quickly, right? Within an hour, you can move, what, 5%? 10%? Yeah. And we see it go up 60%, we see it go down 60%. Unlike stocks, 1% dip, right? Everyone will be, oh no, what's going to happen now?
Yeah.
So stocks will take years and months to move. Cryptocurrency takes a few minutes, right? So this makes it enticing for millennials. You want to lead very fast-paced lives. We don't want to wait for food. We don't want to wait for like transport. We also don't want to wait for money.
That just sounds like you. Like you don't wait for money. What does it mean by you don't wait for money?
It means that I don't want to wait 10 years to get 10%. I want to get 10% now.
Okay.
So the other one is that some people feel that millennials may not be fully aware of the consequences.
Okay, definitely.
They are just riding on the hype train. Oh, my friends made money from cryptocurrency, so I'm going to jump into this as well. Okay, so we see this happen with, I mean, games is a very good example. Your friends are buying this game, then you buy the game. So same way, your friends are entering cryptocurrency, you enter cryptocurrency.
Well, I think the thing is, millennials, we are usually more impatient because we want things fast. You know, we have the microwave mindset. We want everything to be instant, right? The insty people. So that's why you have microwave oven, you have Uber, you have Grab, you have things that comes to you fast. You want Amazon Prime that delivers you the product in 2 hours, like Michael does, and things like that, right? Like, and it helps with, you know, guys for getting presents you want to buy for your girlfriend or for your partner. It helps, right? Isn't it? Like, okay, 2 hours.
Thanks for the drive, but she never knew until this point.
Yeah, precisely, right, Noreen? Okay, anyway, yeah.
So next up, right, we need to ask, is that really all there is to it? Is that the only reason why millennials join cryptocurrency? Are there actual legitimate reasons why that is a good space for them?
Yep.
So the first one is millennials are young.
Definitely.
Correct?
We are too.
When I'm young, I have less liability, I have less debt. Usually I have less debt, and also can afford to fail without the same level of consequences. It's different for someone who's, let's say, maybe 40 years old with a couple of kids. You have to take care of your family, you have to make sure that your house is maintained. But for millennials who are like 20, 21, if I lose, let's say, 1 month's worth of pocket money, I may feel sad, but I'll get it back the next month. My parents are still taking care of me. As I grow older, I start working. If I use some of my savings to buy into cryptocurrency, I can still survive on the rest.
Right.
Yeah, so the life stage that they have is also pretty important, and why cryptocurrency is so compelling for them. It's high risk, but there's also high rewards.
It's compelling for us too, bro. Like, you have to say it's us. Like, millennials are us. Why? It's not just for them.
Okay, it's
so yeah, we are
for
young.
us.
Yeah,
we are millennials.
But that being said, right, many millennials have different mindset, different types. Like, I mean, Mike being risk adverse, myself being more slightly a bit, you know, more risk on, things like that, right? And we have
outlier Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan doesn't
not
really
a millennial,
qualify,
but really risky.
Yeah. So you have that, okay?
Yeah. So the next one we have inclusivity. So there's a lower barrier to entry. So tell me, Andy, when you were a kid in school, how much pocket money do you get?
Wow. Well, where are we talking about? Which part of the school? Like middle school?
The last section of your school life, university.
Of school life. I kind of didn't really get much pocket money from my parents because I want to be self-reliant. But if I really can remember correctly, it's about 300 Sing dollars a month.
And based on your wide financial knowledge, can 300 Sing dollars buy you any stocks?
Oh, definitely not. Like, the stocks I could buy is corn or cornflakes. That's the stock I could probably buy. Like, stocks of cornflakes at home. Stop laughing.
Yeah, but millennials are exposed to more investments, correct? They see that the old way may not work as well for them. If I work hard and like grind hard, doesn't mean that I'll be getting the rewards that I need to survive. Houses get more expensive, transport's more expensive. My insurance premium just went up $200 because government said so.
Right, okay, yeah, so I think the point here is what we're trying to say is millennials have a different mindset, right? Even for us, or even for myself maybe, that, you know, we kind of don't believe what our parents were doing previously. You know, they believe in work hard, you study hard, you work hard, and then after that you get paid properly, and then after that when you grow old, you can retire nicely, you can start traveling at that stage. But most millennials aren't thinking that way. They are thinking of how to get rich quick, and then, you know, like being able to travel the world, being able to enjoy life. You see, that takes on a different meaning. Being YOLO, you know, things like that. You only live once, right? YOLO.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so I think
way to show off your young man lingo.
Thank you. So that's the difference, right? And I know FOMO too. Okay.
So the next one is the cryptocurrency market is 24/7.
Yep.
So a millennial like myself who is working a full-time job, or if I'm studying, I can still afford to trade at night. Yep. So in like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. when most people are sleeping, if I want to, I can actually continue to make a profit.
Yeah. I mean, this is very unique in the crypto market. I previously came from a forex background, so you know, Saturday, Sunday on the weekends, there's no trading going on. You cannot trade commodities, you cannot trade anything, you cannot even enter orders. You'll be at a very high premium. But for crypto, it's 24 hours, right? It's non-stop action. Every day in the crypto world, it's much like a week in the normal trading world, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, so next up is their ability to understand technology. Maybe blockchain is more accessible. So for us, blockchain made a lot of sense because we are used to not holding paper money or physical money. I'm used to using my phone to pay for stuff. I'm using my card. I even use my watch to pay for things.
Wow.
So the idea of a virtual currency is not very foreign to us.
I can't use my watch to pay, but okay.
You can if you go to a pawn shop.
Yeah, so I mean, he made a great point, right? Like cars 8 years ago, 10 years ago, it doesn't even have Bluetooth, right? Now you could connect, and there's many things that because of technology, it enables us to do a lot of things. So I was talking to Mike just now, right? Back 10, 20 years ago, you know, for our parents especially, it's very hard for them to start a business, yet alone market for that business. Say for instance, you want to buy a product, you got to go to that factory, there's no internet back then, it's very hard. You call, you try and get certain orders to come in, and then how are you going to deliver to customers, right? How are you going to market the product? Are you going to put it on newspapers? Are you going to put it on magazines, on articles? There's no internet back then, right? like 20 years ago.
Newspaper.
Yeah, newspaper listings, right? So it's really hard to market a business. But right now, being more technological savvy, most millennials, we could set up an e-commerce store in about a week or so, get certain products, you know, it may not even be your own product, it could be from certain factories in China, things like that, and you can set up a business instantly, right? I did try it before, you know, I mean.
So it's no surprise to you that millennials are jumping on the next technology that could help them make money, right?
Yeah, so blockchain, you know, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, that's the reason why it seems so exciting. Right? Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have globalization. So previously in my parents' generation, if they want to buy stuff, they will walk to the shop, they'll buy the stuff and they carry it home.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I will order it online. So Taobao, Amazon, Alibaba, Lazada, and all these things, they will deliver it to my doorstep at the time of my choosing. It's cheaper than buying locally because they don't have the overheads. And I don't have to go through the process of, what's that called? Nowadays I don't even need to go down and feel the item most of the time. I just read the reviews online, and if it's a good review, I'll just buy it. Correct?
Yeah, correct. I mean, now the thing, everything's on review, right? You use review like a life. Like if let's say you review about hotels, you review about the driver, you review about basically anything. And I'm trying to find this article that I read recently, and it actually reports on how China online e-commerce sales actually went up by about 30% in just a year alone. Right, so people are no longer...
Half of it came from you, right?
No, like, come on, it's the whole entire China. So think about that for a second, just talking about China alone, and you really compare this. I mean, the traditional shopping are what we call retail sales, right? And you know, shopping centers around the world are closing off, especially in the US, if I'm not wrong, and they're closing at a very rapid pace because everything is going online now, and you can ship a product from China, for instance, in 10 days you could reach a place in the US and things like that, right?
So how does blockchain help us millennials with this? First of all, transaction fees. If I have to pay 5%, 7% every time I buy something overseas, it's going to disincentivize me.
Yeah.
Right? And the next one is shipping. So for myself, long ago I decided to buy an iPad. I bought the iPad, I sent it for shipment. The iPad company said that the iPad was delivered. The shipping company said the iPad was never received. So I lost $1,000 and I didn't get an iPad.
So probably some factory worker or like, you know, in between man stole it and said, okay, yeah, I delivered the iPad. Okay.
And with blockchain, I don't have to trust their word for it. I could actually go and check, where is my iPad? Where was it taken?
Yep. So I mean, blockchain has a real use case then when it comes to, you know, it being a logistic sector where you could track the real product and things like that. And I think that's the toughest thing that a lot of logistical company faces. And yeah, and courier companies.
And because of that, I could have bought an extra Ethereum, you know that? With the 1,000.
Yeah. I mean, deal with a lot of money, you know, right?
Okay, so the last thing that we have on our list is institutional failure. So, a bit controversial, but millennials were brought up in a time where institutions have started to show signs of weakness. So we have countries that are heavily in debt. We have financial institutions that cause a ripple effect across the world. We have governmental bodies that lose money.
Yep.
So all of this gives us the idea that maybe they don't really know what they're doing.
Yep.
They are just pretty much like us, so why not trust myself with my own money? So online polls show that millennials have the least trust in these kind of bodies.
Yep.
They prefer to trust themselves.
Yep.
So Andy, is it true? Do you trust yourself?
Like, I mean, if you, I mean, you might ask me a question just now. Would I trust a Wall Street trader or would I trust myself? The answer is simple. I trust myself.
But he's a professional.
But I'm a professional too. Like, I train myself to be a professional, right? A professional money manager. What's wrong with that? But the entire idea is trust. It's a very big word, right?
Okay.
And what a lot of tokens, a lot of projects say is you want to be the trustless, decentralized, and things like that. But ultimately, certain banks, certain ways, Wall Street will try and get their ways into the decentralization, the so-called blockchain, and get into the space no matter what they do, right? But the whole entire idea here is about empowerment, I feel. And it's about funds flowing to the community, to people like us, millennials, or be it to the general community and public. And therefore, they have now been empowered with another choice of payment, another choice of store value, another choice of utility, another choice of basically everything that they once knew as cash that can be printed and recreated, but now Bitcoin cannot do that in that sense. So therefore, the empowerment is a whole different ballgame here. I mean, I've been speaking to millennials from all around the world, from the Netherlands, from Sweden, from South Africa, from New Zealand, Australians. They all face the same problems. It's either higher inflation, property prices going up, like what Mike mentioned, but at the same time, cryptocurrencies now empowered them, right? They can finally get a good property, they can actually retire their parents, they can take care of them full time. So I think that is the whole paradigm shift, right? And I think I personally welcome that shift because we are now empowered with more choices here. We are in an information age. Things are moving rapidly, right? But it's whether how you use that information to your advantage, that is the key. Right, a lot of people are still shut down with all this information. They don't want to understand it. So that is the difference between you wanting to know it and you doing something about it, or even just ignoring it. So it all depends on which category you belong to.
And now we have multiple information sources, right?
Precisely.
I can cross-reference each of them. If I think that the Wall Street person is not handling my money well, I can go and research on the market. Is everyone really losing money, or is it just my trader is a really bad guy?
So imagine back in the 50s, right? Back in 50 years ago, you have no way to find that information. Are you going to go to the bank, the Wall Street, to find like the spreadsheet, the summary sheet for you to analyze the fact figures? It's tough, right? But now everything is just exposed online. You can get reviews, you can, well, there's so many sources
with enough effort.
Yeah, but then the next question is, which information source do you trust? That's us. Okay, so anyway, if you like this video, if you like Millennial Minds, we're gonna do a few more episodes later on. But if you like us, do like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what topics you'd like to hear below. We're reaching out to all the millennials and all the used to millennials. You could just share what you feel about our series. And thank you for tuning in to Cryptocurrencies. We'll see you again.